Today, we're talking about something that every single one of us, teens, adults, even your teachers, have dealt with: mean words. You know, those little verbal daggers people throw at you, like, wow, you are that, or you're so extra, or the classic, no offense, but, which always means something offensive is coming behind but. If words could sting like bees, some folks would be running a whole honey factory. But all jokes aside, mean words hurt. They can ruin your entire vibe, make you question yourself, and even change how you see your self worth if you let them. So today, I want to help you flip that script. I want to teach you how to handle the mean words with grace. So let's go. As clear as the sun rises in the east, people are going to talk. People talk. Sometimes it's out of their own insecurity. Sometimes it's out of jealousy. And sometimes it's just because they woke up on the wrong side of the bed and decided they're going to take it out on whoever's closest to them. You might not have done anything wrong, but boom, you're the target of their snarky comment or some unnecessary shade. Like you just catching strays for no good reason. Here's what I always remind myself when things like this happen: I can't control your mouth. I can't control people's mouths. You can't control people's mouths either. But let me tell you what you can control: your mind. And when you understand how to handle hurtful words without losing your peace, you take your power back. Because reacting with anger, tears, or even trying to get even, that just gives those people what they want: your energy. Your energy, that's too valuable for you to waste on negativity. Think about it. If someone throws shade and you stay calm, confident, and kind, he throws them off. Like, what? When they're expecting drama, but you hit them with that calmness and that peace, they don't even know what to do with that. They wouldn't know what to do with that. See, words only have the power that you give them. You get to decide whether someone's comment becomes your reality or just background noise. It's like this. Imagine someone hands you a gift, but you never open it. It doesn't become yours. That's exactly how it works with mean words. If you don't accept them and take them in, they don't belong to you. And when you respond with grace instead of reacting out of hurt, you are showing next level maturity and confidence. You're basically telling them, baby, you can talk, but you cannot touch my peace. And that calm confidence, it confuses haters every single time. They'll be standing like, wait, why isn't she bothered by that? Because when you choose grace, you choose growth, you choose to stay grounded even when other people are messy. Choose to protect your peace. And that is the ultimate flex. So let's look at how we fit this all within the grace framework, starting with gratitude. Gratitude allows you to focus on what's still good. So I know that sounds strange to talk about gratitude when someone is being mean to you, but stay with me. When someone says something rude, your brain tends to zoom in on that one comment and suddenly forgets every nice thing anyone has ever said about you. So here is your grace reset move. Shift your focus to what is still good. For example, let's say someone at school says to you, "You're so weird." Instead of you replaying that over and over in your head all day, try saying to yourself, okay, I may be weird, but at least I'm interesting. And I've got friends who actually like my vibe. Then I want you to mentally list three things you're grateful for. Maybe it's your sense of humor, your creativity, your loyal friend, or that hoodie that always makes you feel good. Gratitude literally rewires your brain to bounce back faster from negativity. I want you to keep a grace gratitude note in your phone. Anytime someone says something mean, jot down something positive that cancels it out. Reflection. That is when you're asking yourself, what's really going on here? It's about pausing before reacting, asking yourself, why might they have said that? A lot of mean comments come from people who themselves are hurting. Maybe they're jealous. Maybe they're insecure. Maybe they wanted attention. Whatever it is, know that it's not your job to fix them, but it is your job not to absorb their negativity. Remember that one classmate who's always rolling their eyes or making snarky comments? I had one too back in the day. The people that like to tell, oh, you think you're all that. And I remember thinking to myself, I am all that. I mean, I'm smart, kind hearted. But here's what I found out years later. This individual was struggling with stuff at home that they couldn't tell anyone about. So they chose to take that out on me. Reflection helps you to realize that sometimes their words are more about their pain than your worth. And when you put things in perspective, it allows you not to take in their stuff. It's not about you, it's literally about what they're going through. So you can say this affirmation to yourself. It's not about me. It's about what they're going through. Affirmations protect your peace with powerful words. When someone says something mean, you need to talk back, not to them, but to yourself. That self-talk gotta be strong. Your self-talk game gotta be extremely strong. Think of affirmations as your armor. They remind your mind and they remind you who's in charge. So here are some affirmations that I want you to keep in your pocket. One, their words don't define me. I know who I am, confident, kind, growing. I choose peace over pettiness. I choose calm over chaos. And I will not shrink just because someone else feels small. You can even turn it into a power move. Every time someone says something rude, whisper to yourself, thank you for reminding me how strong I am. That quiet confidence, unstoppable. Connections, lean on your circle. I want to remind you that leaning on your circle is not weakness. After hearing something mean, it's easy to isolate and overthink. But don't let one person's comment erase all the people in your circle who genuinely care about you. Talk to your safe people. I have been telling you I have been telling you, you need to find your safe people. A friend, your parent, your teacher, a coach, someone who helps you to see the bigger picture. Because sometimes you just need to hear, girl, that's not even true. Or my dude, now you know that's not true. Or bro, they're just jealous. I want you this week to make a list of your grace squad. These are the 3 to 5 people who lift you up when words bring you down. And I want you to reach out to them when you need a reminder of who you really are. And if you are one that notices someone else being hurt by mean words, be that connection for them. Send a kind text. Sit with them at lunch. Remind them that they are not alone. Because the thing is that empathy, it spreads like sunshine. Use kindness anyway. Here's the thing that separates emotionally strong people from the rest. You can be kind even when others are not. Hear me when I say this. Empathy does not mean that you let people walk all over you. It just means that you see their hurt and still choose not to add more negativity into the world. So let's say you're in class and you're one of those that love to follow the routines of your teacher. Your teacher says, always raise your hand to answer questions. And someone just says to you, why do you always raise your hand? You're trying to be the teacher's pet. Now, you could roll your eyes and say something back, or you could simply respond with, um, I'm actually following the teacher's rules. Then keep it moving. Calm, collected, confident. That's the power of grace. Responding without losing yourself. Remember this. You can't control what people say, but you can control how you receive it and how you respond to it. That's the real power. Let me offer you some practical tips for how you handle mean words with grace. Number one, pause before reacting. Take a breath. I mean, seriously, just breathe. Because the first few seconds after someone says something mean, that's the danger zone. That's when your emotions rush in like, oh, say something back. Get even. But the truth is, silence is power. That silence, it's golden. You don't have to respond right away. You may not even need to respond at all. Because when you pause, you give yourself the time to think instead of react. You get to look calm on the outside, even when your brain is doing backflips on the inside. So take a deep breath. Just breathe. Here's the thing. When you pause and you breathe, you're choosing not to give people the reaction that they want out of you. Number two, use humor if it's fitting in the situation. Now, this only works if you can pull it off lightly. No sarcasm, just chill humor. Sometimes a quick, playful response can completely diffuse the tension. I have a nephew. He is quick on the draw. His sarcasm game is on point. So if that is you, use humor. So let's say somebody saw your outfit and said, "Ooh, you really wore that." You can laugh and say, "Yeah, it's called main character energy." Or if someone is just being rude for no reason, you could say something like, "Ooh, that was harsh. You okay today?" This one is not about you being a comedian. It's about showing that their words didn't crush your confidence. So you could use humor like your secret weapon because it protects your peace and your personality. Number three, don't overshare online. Yo, listen, not every clap back needs to hit Instagram, TikTok, or your group chat. I know it's tempting. You want to vent. You want to post something like fake people show their true colors eventually and wait for everyone to try to guess who you're talking about. But that usually just makes things messier. Protect your peace. Not every battle needs an audience. Best revenge in this world is showing you're too focused on your own growth to get caught up in drama. Here's a rule that I follow. If it is not something that I would say out loud in front of my mom, people that I respect, even my son, I don't post it. I am very, very careful about my digital footprint, as you should as well. because the internet never forgets. The internet never, ever forgets. Somebody will screenshot that thing and they will keep it in their back pocket to use against you in the future. So that's why I always often tell myself, and as well as young people around me, don't post things when you are upset. Don't send a text or email when you're upset. Because 9 times out of 10, it will come back and bite you in the behind. Number 4, you want to write it out. Sometimes you just need to get it out, and that's okay. You may grab a notebook or open your notes app on your phone and write down exactly how you feel. Don't edit it. Don't make it sound nice. Just let your emotions flow. And for those of you who are more into voice notes, hit record and talk it out. You'll be amazed how much lighter you feel afterwards. Writing or recording helps you to process the emotion so it doesn't explode later in the wrong direction. I used to tell students, I actually had a post in my classroom that I said, take responsibility for the energy that you bring into this room. So let's say, for example, somebody upsets you, talking about things exploding in the wrong direction. Somebody upset you before you went to class, and then you take that to the class, and then you explode at your teacher or you explode at your classmates. So that's why it helps. Write it out, talk it out, so that way you're not exploding in the wrong direction. And then when you're ready, I want you to go back and highlight what you learned and what you want to let go. That is where your growth happens. This one is my favorite one. Replace the mean with meaning. That's a mindset shift. Every mean comment can teach you something if you let it. Always ask yourself, what's the lesson here? Did it teach you patience? Maybe confidence. Or maybe it showed you where you need to set better boundaries. Or it showed you truly who's not your friend. So let's say, for example, somebody criticized your outfit. What's the lesson that you can learn? Maybe you realize that you dress for yourself and not for everybody's approval, and that is okay. Or someone gossiped about you. What's the lesson there? The lesson is not everyone deserves access to your personal life. So turning that pain into purpose is a superpower. That's how you grow stronger and more self-aware after every challenge. And number 6, remember this one. Hurt people hurt people. It sounds cliche, but it's big. If someone is mean, it often says more about them and their heart than it says about you and your worth. Maybe they're dealing with their own insecurity. Remember, I told you people are dealing with stuff every day. Maybe they're dealing with family issues or they're dealing with loneliness. It doesn't excuse their behavior. No. But it helps you understand that it's not about you. And when you remember that, you can respond with empathy instead of anger. You can say, I don't know what they're going through, but I'm not going to let their pain become my story. You deserve peace. You deserve joy. And you don't have to carry someone else's negativity with you. Handling words without grace does not mean that those words don't hurt. It's about choosing not to let them control you. So I want you to choose to pause, breathe, reflect. Laugh a little if you can, then keep walking tall because your value isn't up for debate. Let's recap real quick. How you handle those mean words like a pro. Number 1, pause before reacting. Number 2, Use humor if it fits. Number 3, don't overshare online. Number 4, write it out. Number 5, replace the mean with meaning. Number 6, remember, hurt people hurt people. All right, Grace family, here's your challenge for this week. I'm going to call this the Graceful Response Challenge. Next time someone says something rude, don't fire back. You're like, Dr. Kimmy, don't fire back. Instead, take a deep breath and do the 5 grace steps or the 6 tips that I offered you. Find gratitude. What's still good? Reflect. What's really behind their words? Affirm yourself. What's true about you? Connect. Talk it out with someone who gets you. Show empathy. You want to choose kindness and walk away strong. Then I would like for you to share your story with me on Instagram or YouTube using the hashtag Gracefully Growing Podcast. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to feature you and a few of your wins on my next episode. In closing, remember, people's words can only break you if you hand them the hammer. What you say, Dr. Kami? People's words can only break you if you hand them the hammer. You were built to rise and not crumble. So go out there and keep shining, speaking love, and living with grace.